welcome back to my channel. So it is time for my August plan with me, and I know that I just did my Q3 plan with me last week, so you're definitely going to see some things when we move over to the table. I'm just going to give you a quick flip through of my PROJO, but I'm not actually going to set anything up on camera because we just did a huge setup last week. So don't worry, I will definitely show you kind of back through those pages when we go ahead and do our September plan with me, but for this month I figured just a quick little flip through, but nothing too in-depth. Yeah, I am trying the full-length plan with me again. I figured since I only did it that 1 month, I actually really liked it, and I feel like I got a number of comments saying that you guys liked hearing me walk through everything. I decided to give it another month, see how it goes, and it might be something that I keep for a while. It might be something I alternate in periodically, but I figured that since July was such kind of a stressed out month in terms of my plan with me, and I feel like in a much better headspace now after having done that hiatus, that I wanted to take the time to actually do a full-length plan with me. And yeah, let's head on over and get started. So let's take a look at July in my bullet journal. So if you guys remember, July was my I needed a break month. So I do still look at this quote, and it does still remind me that taking a break is good, and you know, to keep educating myself and all of that. But yeah, not my favorite in terms of aesthetic, but you know, we get months like that sometimes. So in terms of my bullet journal, I have still been using it. As you can see, I even noted over here that I was doing my YouTube hiatus because I wanted to kind of like remind myself of that. I do need to update this. I'm actually filming on the 15th right now, and oh, you know what it is? I haven't really done my weekly planning, and so I didn't actually end up filling those in. I need to work on that. So I did finally fill in my intentions for July. I went with language, sunshine, and stationery. So just like stuff I needed to do for YouTube, for the website, like all that kind of stuff. Reading and font. I am now into the 3rd week of July, and I have done nothing on my font yet. So like, you know, that's how it's been going. I did, let's see, so in terms of stuff I've been working on, I ended up writing with this brown pen, so we'll have to fill in with this brown pen. So I'm actually nearing the end of this book. I think I've got like 80 pages left, so that's good. I did one Talk to Me in Korean lesson so far. I need to actually do one this week. I've been working on filming a backlog. I brainstormed for YouTube. I sort of did a brainstorm for the website. I did actually update my website a ton the other day. I still need to do Patreon. So like, you know, I'm making some progress. I have not worked on any of these books yet. I've been working on some ebooks that I've gotten from the library that are going to be due soon. So that has been kind of the priority so far. In terms of my tracker, I actually finished 2 audiobooks. As you can see, I haven't really finished any ebooks, but we're working on that. Let's see, so I did actually do my morning routine. I need to update some stuff on here still. I literally have not been watching TV. I have been watching YouTube, and I haven't put in how many hours, and I'm a little embarrassed by how much it is, but I need to go back through and fill that in. So that will have to get done at some point. And then dailies. So honestly, especially now in the summer when I don't actually have work, I have been doing dailies. I like doing dailies. It's just one of those routine things that really just kind of helps me feel like centered, I guess. Even if I don't really have that much going on, I do have a couple of days on here that were what I call did days. And I'm not the person who came up with that. That's definitely a known thing. But I have days that at the end of the day, I realized I didn't actually set up a daily. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that. So I went back through and I just write in what I actually did. I have been fairly good about trying to do dailies that are not like super, super long, and that I actually do have a chance to finish everything. Like they're not so long that I'm absolutely not, like there's no way I'll be able to finish it in one day. I did, like I literally am already a page into this side, and apparently I just didn't migrate a couple of things. I need to like do that. Why didn't I do that? So one of the things that I need to do, I have, was back up my laptop, because I still haven't done that. And I don't think I'm gonna get to sewing today, and I actually did migrate this one, so that one is fine. So we're just gonna migrate, and we're gonna leave sewing, because that's one of those like self-care kind of things. So if I don't get to it, it's not a task that needs to be migrated. So then we are up to this week. So today is, oops, and it helps if I actually draw the little box, you know. So got this week. So I actually did do most of my dishes. I kind of ran out of room, so I have to do the rest of them later. I need to do laundry later. Yeah, so basically this was like, this entire weekend was a lot of social stuff, so I didn't really do like tasks. So I just wrote in like what I had going on, and then on Monday, I basically kind of wrote down a list of all the things that I hadn't gotten to over the weekend. So sorry about that. The postman rang the doorbell, so I had to go and buzz him in so he could put stuff in our boxes. Anyway, what was I saying? So I am currently on this week, so let's see, no, I need my monthly. So I am on the 15th right now, which means that I will have 2 more weeks. So I need to finish out this week plus the next 2 weeks in July. Because I have 5 days out of this week in July and only 2 in August, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it with July. So basically 2.5 weeks. So I will definitely get the rest of this week on here. Let's see, so I also have, well, actually, I guess we should finish the flip through and then do that. So I ended up, because I had all of these little moving parts, I wanted to just like save this page for dailies and have everything so it's spacing. So this is actually a resource that I got from Planning with Kay. If you don't know her on Instagram, you should definitely check her out. She does tons of stickers. I love what she does, but you guys know, like, I don't really use stickers in my notebook, so I've never really used her products, but they're so, so pretty. And she actually posted this as like a free printable, and I have been looking for a way to like organize what I want to do, and honestly a lot of it has just been like mental notes where like one morning I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to do this. And so this is in terms of keeping up momentum to like educate and practice anti-racism in my everyday life. So as you can see here, she's got her little pledge, and then like this month what I'm going to actually work on. And honestly, with this past weekend, I don't remember when I printed this out. I think I might have printed it out this weekend, but then I was so busy this weekend and I spent all of yesterday filming that I still haven't had a chance to sit down and fill this out. And so I'm like, okay, this is going to be for July. And I think I'm gonna try and figure out what I might do for future months is, because I've got the resources here and I have this little space down here to like make some notes. I think what I wanna do is have this become a monthly spread, but like specifically this section, and just like page thread back to my resource page so that I can come back and look here for ideas. But I don't think I need to print this out every single day. Also, like, it's kind of a waste of paper. And as you can see, I printed it really small. So what I often do, because I have a B6 notebook and a lot of printables are designed to be A5, I will like shrink them, but I also will print 2 to a page. So I do in my like, what's it called? PDF reader, whatever it is. You know, when I go into printing, I'll do it on multiple and then I will shrink the size there. So what I did with this is I did it on multiple because it's 4 pages. So it only printed on 2 sheets of paper, and I did it 65%, which my brain was like, oh, from A4 to A5 is like 70 some odd percent, so 65 should be enough, completely blanking on the fact that I already was putting it 2 to a page, so those are already A5 size, so I really probably only needed to print it at like 75%. So these are like super cute and small because I accidentally just reduced them a little bit too much, but they're still legible, so I didn't redo them or anything like that. So what I did is I just used my glue runner and I did the 2 on the top here, and then I just pasted this one all the way down, so that I didn't have to use like any more space, but I can very easily access all of the information. So as you can see here, I set up a monthly donation. I would like to set up a second donation at some point. So one of the things, like one of my projects this week after I finish my filming, is to sit down and figure out, this is gonna be for July. So I've actually like literally already done this. So I need to sit down and really work on this. So I do have a resource in here. It is not currently filled out. It is my job this week to actually do this, and I want to keep doing this for future months. So I want to print this out again for August, and I'll just print like the one, and maybe I'll remember to make it a little bit bigger. So that is the spread in here. So that is actually the end of July in my bullet journal. Honestly, like pretty simple. It's been like that for months and months and months. So this week, it is Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, usually I fit 4 days on a page. As you can see, I've been fitting a lot more in. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say this page is for the rest of this week. And then we're gonna skip this one because obviously that's already in use. And I need 2 more weeks. So typically I need about a page and a half per week, like typically. So we'll say 1 week here and 1 week here. And because of the way I set up my spreads, I'm gonna leave this one and I will do something else over here. And that might be, if I have this extra page at the end of the month, then maybe what I do is I do my August anti-racism tracker right here. Or if I have another collection, I'll just use that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start August over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bookmark my page. And I decided that because I didn't do it for July, I was gonna do a full plan with me for this week, just because I really enjoyed that format and I wanted to give it another month to really see if it was a format that was something that you guys would be interested in me doing more. So we're gonna walk through everything. I've done absolutely zero setup, as you guys can probably tell. Before we get into looking at August, I did wanna just kind of show you guys. So I did recently film actually literally yesterday, I'm having like an epic planning like 2 days because I need to rebuild up my backlog of videos so that I can just like manage my personal stress a little bit better. Just, you know, it's the way it goes. So I have set this up and I did set up July. So I don't think I'm actually gonna set up anything in August yet because I literally have done nothing in July in my PROJO except for my weeklies, which I literally still need to catch up on. So I'm a little bit behind on my PROJO. I have been doing the weeklies, but I need to sit down and have a solid planning session. It's just that this week the priority was getting YouTube stuff done. So I'm not gonna show you guys any more in here, and I honestly will probably not even set up in August just because the plan with me portion is gonna be so long. But the one thing I did want to show you, because it's been a minute, is in my language log. So this is inside my language log, and I thought it was a really good time to do it because I just finished level 4. So this was my last lesson in level 4, and as you can see, I've updated my index over here. I will say, if you've seen any of my older flip throughs of my like Korean notes notebook, I have completely abandoned this index. At this point, I have just too much information. And so this particular stuff that I indexed by like category and by topic early on in my studies, I think like I probably stopped indexing around page 85, like page 85, and I'm currently on page 157. So like I stopped indexing a while ago. I like this idea a lot. I think that especially for the initial stuff, to be able to quickly go back and reference it, it's a great idea. It just got to be a little bit too much to maintain. And so what I do now is I just kind of write down the numbers so that I know roughly what like level, like what page range each level of Talk to Me in Korean was in. So that's just what I've been doing with that. Then because I finished level 4, I've completed this tracker, but I've still left my little tag over here because one of my goals this summer is to re-listen to level 2 reviews. It's been a really long time since I listened and took notes on level 2. So what I want to do is basically go back through and listen to the lessons. Sometimes I refer back to my notes and I just kind of like reread through them, but most of the time I just kind of re-listen to it as a refresher. So I do want to do that just because I'm starting a new level. So I want to at least finish out my level 2 review. And then we're going to go back over to my trackers. So this was June. I don't remember the last time I showed you guys. So we have May, June, started kind of picking up a little bit because I don't know why. Just usually near the end of the school year, I start picking up a little bit. And then July, I have been doing some stuff, but as you can see, a lot of days, I've really just been reading in Spanish at night before I go to bed and not doing too much else. That's something that I want to change. I want to get back into my routine. I do typically do a Talk to Me in Korean lesson a week. So I have been like more or less keeping up with that, but I do want to start working more on Italian because I will be starting my next round of Italian classes in like a week or two. So, and then I did set up a new tracker. So I have my level 5 tracker over here. And what I do is these 2 pages are going to be for trackers. So for example, when I finish my level 2 review, I will need to review level 3, so I'll set up a tracker. Do I need these trackers? No, not necessarily. They don't take that long for me to set up, and because I just fill them in as I go, it's just a nice kind of visual reminder, and especially with reviews, because it's episodes I've already listened to and I've marked as listened to. This just reminds me when I go back which one I'm on, because honestly, it can be like months and months and months between the last time I listened to a lesson as a review. So that's just why I like to have the little trackers. So that is over here, which means that I will be setting up August over here. And again, I probably won't do this in the video just because it's so simple. I've done it before and I really want to spend the time focusing on the actual kind of plan with me. So in terms of August, what I've got over here is some scrap paper because we need to plan. So I am going to, actually before we do that, just to kind of take a look at what sort of colors I want to do for my color scheme. I've got my Tombows over here. I'm just going to kind of push them back because they take up a lot of space. So as we know, I never plan these things in advance. We just kind of go with whatever moves me in the moment. So we've got our gray, we've got our blues. So I think I want to do something kind of more vibrant. I've been doing a lot of green and yellow. I actually have weirdly a lot of pink for me. Like literally 2 months in a row I had pink. And again, green and yellow, like that has been a very common color scheme this year. Don't know why. I actually really loved this one. Maybe I want to do something similar. I just did this though. Let's see. So then we've got green and yellow. So I think that green and yellow is something we're not going to do because I've done that so much. So let's see, what do we feel? And it's going to be for August, which is going to be like the hot month. Ooh, you know what? It's been a really long time since I've done this mint. I think I want to do this mint. And maybe I want to do another, like, as I literally was like no green and yellow, so no yellow. That is my one thing. So what about this one? Ooh, that's pretty. It's a little bit more purple than like a traditional pastel watermelon. So I think I want something a little bit brighter to go with this because that would just be like really nice. Something kind of vibrant. I kind of don't want pink though. I feel like I've done a lot of pink. Maybe, I honestly keep coming back to this one. What color are you? I kind of like that. It's giving me other like sort of different 90s vibes, but still kind of 90s vibes. Honestly, we're gonna go with that. Like that's just kind of fun, and I don't think I've done these color combinations at all before, so we're gonna run with that. So that was easy. So these are 243, 673, and 346. So those are gonna be my base color scheme, and I probably don't even need to say it, but all of my spreads are gonna be the same. The one thing I didn't do is go ahead and already print out my anti-racism tracker, and I should have done that, and I just started filming without really having a plan, so that's why I forgot to do that. I will do that though. So we definitely wanna have, let's see, I'm gonna pull out my really thin Pentel sign pen, so I've just got my little pencil case over here because it's what I always use. So I think we're gonna go with a really thin Pentel sign pen. Actually, what I might do is, I don't know which one we wanna do. So I've got 2 gray sign pens. So this one to me is always a little bit more like bluey. Actually, so let's see. I actually kind of like this one. I just generally like this one better. So we're gonna leave out the gray one as well, just in case I wanna not do brush lettering in black and I wanna add in a little bit of gray there because we know I love gray. So let's see, I think that I'm not gonna pull out any other pens for right now. I'll probably end up just using my everyday writer because that is easy. Actually, I've got my gray gel pen and I feel like that would go really well. Yeah. So we'll pull out the gray gel pen as well. So next step is gonna be finding a quote. And I was kind of thinking about like what sort of type of quote, and I'm kind of between two. So I'm between either rest or friendship as like the topic I wanna search for and see what quotes come up. So let's do rest first. So let's see, where is, I always look in here. So rest quotes, I just have so many random stuff, like so many random pages open. So let's take a peek. Where's my Goodreads? There's my Goodreads. So as always, I go directly to Goodreads first. Could I use different like websites? Absolutely. Do I want to? Nope, I like my Goodreads. So don't know, let's see. Who? Actually, I honestly really like Rest and Be Thankful, William Wordsworth. Like that is kind of cool. Maybe, let's see, I want to look at friendship because honestly, in the summer, my kind of main goals are resting and spending time with friends. Okay, so I think we have that rest quote on like the back burner just in case, but I want to look up, come on, can I type? No, I can't. Friendship quote. Have I already looked up friendship quotes this year? It's entirely possible. Goodreads, where are you, Goodreads? There you are. Oh my gosh, like septuple the number of quotes that they have for friendship, for rest rather. Oh, I kind of love this one. Life is an awful ugly place to not have a best friend. It's a little like, I don't know, I really like it, but it also feels a little bit harsh and I kind of want something just like a tiny bit more positive. This one actually I also really like. I would rather walk with a friend in the dark than alone in the light. Actually, what about this one? No person is your friend who demands your silence or denies your right to grow, Alice Walker. That actually I really like as well. And this is going to be one of those months where I have too many quotes. I think we're gonna do 2 quotes this month because like, why not? I can. So, all right, so what I like to do is as I write it down, because I like to not have to refer to my phone when I'm actually in my bullet journal, is I kind of piece out how I want to lay it out. And this one, the way that I'm kind of breaking the lines apart is if I were to put everything on one line, this is how I would do it. However, because I've done them so like short, I think what I'm gonna do is probably combine a couple of lines. So for example, I think here, 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 and then this one would have its own line, and then I would have Alice Walker at the bottom. So instead of being, you know, 7 lines plus attribution, it would be 3 and 4 plus attribution, so that's a little bit better. And then I do want to go back to, great, I didn't actually save that because it just dumps me into Goodreads. It doesn't actually save that, and I want to actually write down that rest quote because I really like that one. And I kind of like having both. Let's see, where are you? There we go. And it's also, it's so short that we can definitely do that. So got both the quotes. We can move my phone off over there. And I think we are actually good to go. Right, yes. So we need to flip to our page. So this is where I'm actually going to do my quote page. And I'm wondering, let's see, so I've got some different options over here for pens, and I've got my quotes over to the side. So you guys might not be able to see all of my like little side stuff over here, but I figure being in a little closer is better. I wanna do, actually, how do I wanna do my colors? I think we wanna do there and there. And I think we're gonna do the rest kind of like that. We'll see how that goes. Honestly, I sometimes change it, but that's kind of what I'm initially thinking for how I want to do the different colors. So, and I think I'm gonna start it all the way up at the top because I want to do that second quote. So I want to give myself kind of enough room. So let's see. Can I fit? This is the real question. Can I fit everything on one line? We're gonna try. So, oh, that's gonna be tight. So, your friend, and we're gonna skip a line there. Okay, so I ended up doing it on 3 lines just because of the way I ended up writing it, which I'm actually fine with that. I think that works out well, and I like that it's kind of, I don't know, it's not like super over the top. I just really wanted the words to kind of speak for themselves rather than having a lot of like frills. So I think what I'm gonna do is Alice Walker is gonna be in this kind of purpley. Okay, and then you know what I wanna do actually? So for the second quote, oops, so now I have to kind of move my paper so I can actually see it. There we go. I think I want to do it in gray. Maybe I want to do gray with the teal. And I think what I'm going to do is actually... Okay, so there. Okay, and we're going to do there. And this one is William Wordsworth. Cool. So, all together, all right, it's getting caught on that paper. All together, looks like that. So I definitely could have started my first quote like here and then moved this down a little bit, but I actually think that looks kind of cool. And what I'm gonna do then is do August right in the middle here so that it's kind of like mirrored. So I think we wanna do, and actually I'm gonna do 2020 down here to kind of mirror the other like empty space. Oh, yay. I did my 2s different sizes. Oops. Oh well, it's fine. So, and I think I want to do a little like accent kind of situation. Also, I have no idea if you guys can hear the sound outside. There's some sort of like machine that is just parked outside my front, like parked outside on the street in front of my house. I hope it's not too loud. So there we have our little August drop shadow. Honestly, it's kind of funky. I like it. Okay, so now we need our weekly, and do I know how many days are in August? I feel like it's 31, but I'm just gonna check really quick. Yes, it is 31, and August starts on a Saturday, so cool. So I am going to use my normal handy dandy little trick. Whoops. And because it is the exact same as July, okay, come on. We can just do this, cool. So there, all right. Oops, and we need to do this one. So we are gonna do our numbers in gray. Okay, and I know I said this was like a full plan with me, but I hope you'll forgive me for time-lapsing the numbers, because like, you guys know how that goes. Like, that's not as interesting. So I said that August started on a Saturday, so we are going to go ahead and do this. And of course, this is one of those that is actually not, sometimes the point side of this, they start getting a little bit like smushed down. And so some months I use it for doing my days of the week like this, and it's perfect because it's still like really firm. And some months it's like this, where it's like kind of blobby because the point is like not as tight as it was when I first got the pen, but oh well. So it's still legible enough for what I want. Okay, so we're just gonna really quick confirm. Yes, okay, that is actually accurate. I just like to double check that, you know, if I start on the Saturday that I'm ending on the correct day, and we are, so we're good. So I'm gonna use Mint to go in and do my weekly dividers. And, okay. All right, and then I think I'm gonna do this one, okay? And we're gonna do September, okay? Whoops, little tail, there we go. I'm actually gonna just do a little, oh yay. Whatever was outside my window seems to have moved, and like, it's just so much more quiet. Okay, good. So we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna do our intentions. Okay. There we go. I don't know what I'm gonna do for intentions for next month. Let's see, what did I do for July? Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to update it because if I get enough done on this, then this is an intention that I will switch out for something else. I think I might switch this one out. I don't know how I feel about having this actually as an intention. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my little squares, but I'm gonna leave them blank because I just don't know yet. So let's do here and here. There we go. So I've got my little squares in there. So now we need to do tracker. So once again, we flip back because I am not going to change this. Honestly, I just really like it. So we're going to leave it. And I'm going to do something I normally don't do. I try and do my monthly and my tracker, like the base color. I try to do a little bit different, but I'm actually going to just do this the same. So I know I've got 2, 6, I've got my top, and here, then I've got this one. So let's go ahead and just do my lines. Okay, oops, one more. So this, the bullet side of this pen is actually much firmer than the purple one, so go figure. Oh good, they started up again. Thank you guys. So this is usually 15, and I always count just to double check in case I mess it up. 2, 4, 10, 12, 14, 15. So that means we need, whoops. Here. Oh, you guys are, oh, it's fine. All right, so 15, so 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31. Excellent. So, oh, hold on a sec. So we've got 2 there, 4, and 4. I feel like my pages, yeah, my pages are a little bit, like if you can see here, the dots are just like a tiny bit off, which is why I was double guessing myself as I was counting, but because I'm so used to this tracker, I don't think it's gonna really be an issue. Like I don't think I'll accidentally do it on the wrong line or something. So we're fine. Okay. So I think I'm actually gonna do the days of the week in Mint this time and see how well you write. No, always do these first. I don't think it really matters, but that's just the way I do it. Okay, so the green is actually worse than the purple in terms of trying to write with that, but oh well. So I've got these ones. So this is AM, PM, week. And we're gonna do our separation lines in pink. Oh, this one falls weirdly, but that's fine. Okay, so there, I need to add in, so this is, oh my gosh, I am so silly. I honestly should move my sum lines to the evening because I always do it in the evening. Why hadn't I thought of this before? I need to remember to do this next month because clearly I just set it up and I forgot to do it. So, oh well. Meds, hold on, journal. Because it drives me nuts that it's always the last one that I fill out of the day, but it's in the morning one. And for whatever reason, my brain's like, no, it needs to be in the morning. Why? I don't know why. Like, there's no reason for that. So hopefully I'll remember. Hopefully I will remember next week. Let's see. All right. The week ones are the ones I always forget because I only do them once a week sometimes. Sometimes every day, but like a lot of times it's once a week. All right. You know what? Actually, we're taking knit off this one because I literally don't knit. That's actually going to come up. Actually, I think I'm going to talk about that I had talked about it in the Q3 plan with me, so that will have gone up last week, so you guys will have heard all about that, and that's why we're gonna take it off. So all set. Then we need actually I think what I'm gonna do is this there. So I'm gonna do my tracker. Okay. Okay. So that is all set up, and now we need to do the legend, which is always my least favorite, and I think we're actually going to update some stuff because, you know. So let's do, so I'm going to actually drop German because I don't think I'm going to focus on it this summer since I will be doing the Italian classes. So there's really just no point in adding that on there because I don't think I've done it in the last like 2 months. So that'll just be one I take off, and I'll put back in later if I need to. Then, actually I didn't have that much to update. Okay, good. So we're gonna do it in the mint green since that is the like leapfrog color. Excellent. Okay, so that is basically in here. And as I mentioned before, I will be doing another anti-racism tracker, but I completely blanked on printing it out before I started filming, so I'm not gonna do that right yet because this video is already long enough, but I will be putting it in there. However, it's still midway through July, so I'm gonna wait and see how my pages fill up, and if I end up not needing this page for dailies, then I'll probably just put my tracker over here just to kind of save that space. But yeah, this is what August looks like. I actually really love this color scheme. Like, this is really just refreshing. I don't know. And I've never really done 2 quotes, or actually I had 1 month like years ago. I've only been doing this for 4 years. I had 1 month a couple of years ago where I did like a running block of quotes, and I used like 7 or 8. I think it was an October monthly or something like that because I had a lot of October quotes I wanted to use. But this is my first time really doing 2 quotes, and I actually love this like leapfrog kind of look, and I'm really happy with how this like drop shadow came out. Like I'm actually really pleased, which is a nice feeling because I was just like so sad with how July came out and like how that just went, that I'm really happy that this one came out nicely. So then we've got our August monthly and intentions. As I mentioned, I will be updating that near to the end of July because I think I'm going to end up updating my intentions again. And then trackers, so once again, same thing. The only thing that I really changed and took off was I took off knit over here and I took off German over here, just because those are 2 things that in the past months that I've had them on here, I haven't used them. And so, you know, one less thing to write, save a little bit of time. It's not actually useful, so I don't need it on here. But I think that especially with German, at some point, I would like to go back to it. So it's not one of those that's like off forever and I'm never gonna do it again kind of thing. It's just that for this month, for what I'm focusing on, it didn't really make sense to put it. So I will then most likely just jump directly into dailies, especially if I have that extra page for the collection, but otherwise, yeah, just gonna do that. So let's head back over and finish things out. So that was my August plan with me. I have to say I'm so happy with how it came out, and I don't know if you guys feel like I just kind of pick colors and like, okay, let's go. Like, honestly, I think that doing the full length plan with me, with you guys, somehow helps me center and just like be way more decisive, because normally when I just do it by myself, I spend like 20 minutes going through colors, and like I usually will take a lot of time before I like start pulling pens out to think about what kind of a color I want to do. So a lot of times when I'm actually at the point of pulling pens out, I know kind of what I want and I'm just like testing to make sure I'm getting the right shade. But I feel like even with doing it with you guys, the decision part of it has been a lot faster. So like honestly, I'm down for that. Like I feel like that is a great way for me to just like get on with it and make decisions and save time. The quote definitely took a little bit longer this time because I had sort of 2 diverse categories that I was thinking about for the beginning of the month, and ultimately I'm glad that I went with the 2 quotes because I really like both of them. I think they're both like good reminders, and so yeah, I don't know if it's something I'll do every month because fitting 2 quotes in, even 2 quotes that were that short, it does mean that I tend to not do actual like lettering styles and do more of like a print or just a cursive sort of situation. So I think that might be something to think about when I get ready for September, is to pick a nice short quote and actually do some real lettering. I think I might also need to pick some different pens because my brain just like has such a hard time with the Tombows. They take up so much space when I actually do brush lettering with them that I tend to shy away from it because I just know my spacing is going to be all like wacky because of that. So that is my August plan with me. If you guys have any comments or questions, let me know down below. Let me know if you have any thoughts about things you'd like to see in my plan with me, since I know that my system, like my planning system in and of itself, is actually pretty stable at this point. If you guys want me to do like a little Q&A session while we do a plan with me, if I do it kind of full length, if you guys want me to go more in depth about certain aspects, because it's something that I just kind of set up and don't necessarily talk through all the way, let me know. You know, we can experiment. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hey guys, so if you've made it all the way to the end of this video and are actually watching my end screen and you're not subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would. There's a little button right there for you to do it. And if you're interested in watching some more of my videos, I have links to 2 of my older videos off to the left there, so you can check those out if you would like to, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.